a really, really awkward and slimy and, avoiding the question type moment happened on Meet the Press with Chuck Todd, where Joe Manchin was asked one of the simplest questions I think you could ever conceive of when you're talking to a member of a political party, which is, do you hope that your political party will keep the House and the Senate in the midterms? And Joe Manchin refuses to answer. It is so awkward. Just say yes, you're a Democrat. Just say, yeah, of course I want my party to win. Watch all of it. It's so awkward and so evasive and slimy. Let's take a look.
Do you hope Democrats keep control of the House and Senate?
I think people are sick and tired of politics, Chuck. I really do.
Oh my gosh, Joe, that's so funny because that's not the question that he asked you. He didn't ask if people are sick and tired of politics. They asked if you want your political party to hold power, which has massive repercussions. That is the difference between Joe Biden and the Democrats being able to do something in the next 2 years and absolutely nothing.
I think they're sick and tired of Democrats and Republicans fighting and feuding and holding pieces of legislation hostage because they didn't get what they wanted.
Coming from the guy who's been holding every piece of legislation hostage for the last multiple years. Oh, he makes me so angry.
Or something, or someone might get credit for something. Why don't we start doing something for our country? Why don't we just say,
I totally agree with you. How about you support amazing legislation that's been proposed that you have blocked?
This is good for America. I've always said the best politics is good government. Do something good, Chuck. But I'm not going to predict what's going to happen.
I'm not asking you to predict.
I just want to make sure we do something good.
Okay, a lot of times the mainstream media doesn't press hard enough when politicians give answers like this, but credit to Chuck Todd. He cuts in and gives this response and presses for another answer, which I was happy with.
And
what result do you want? Do you want the Democrats to keep control of the United States Senate and the House of Representatives?
Oh, I love, I'm not making those choices or
He almost did it and then was like, no, I'm actually really enjoying completely being an idiot. He was like, I would love, I can't tell you who's going to win. That's not the question.
The decisions on that, I'm going to work with whatever I have. I've always said that. I think the Democrats have great candidates that are running. They're good people I've worked with. And I have a tremendous amount of respect and friendship with my Republican colleagues. So I can work on either side very easily.
So you don't care the outcome?
I don't have a problem.
You don't care about the outcome this year of the election?
Well, whatever the voters choose, I can't decide what's going to happen.
I know Joe Manchin does not know who I am, will likely never know who I am, but I just need to say, as if I'm speaking to you, Joe Manchin, you are a disgusting human. I dislike you with every bone in my body.
In Kansas or California or Texas, I really can't. I've always taken the approach, whoever you send me.
Listen, you can be conservative, you can be whatever, you can be corrupt, as many people are, and we can dislike you for those things, but to blatantly insult our intelligence by giving this type of answer, when you're asked, do you want your political party to win in the midterms, and you say, I can't make the decision for the voters, you are looking into the camera and saying, I think you're stupid. I think that you are so idiotic that I'll be able to get away with completely answering a separate question. Like maybe he's hearing a different Chuck Todd in his ear. A different Meet the Press is also broadcasting and he's dual answering questions for both of them. And a different Todd Chuck asked him a question about, can you make a decision for who's going to win or whatever? And he's answering that question. But it seems like he's just giving a BS answer to a question and not even recognizing what the actual question was. The question is, do you want the Democrats to win? Not, do you think they will win? Not, do you think that you're the one who has the power to decide if they win? Just, do you want them to? In your personal little heart, do you want the Democrats to win? And he goes, I can't make the decision for the voters. Oh, wow, that's crazy. That wasn't the question.
That's your representative, and I respect them. And I respect the state for the people they sent, and I give it my best to work with them to do the best for my country. I don't play the politics that way. I don't like it that way. That's not who I am.
I don't play the politics, as he's literally doing like a TV caricature version of a politician. Like, I don't play politics, but let me now spend an entire minute avoiding the question that you're asking, Chuck Todd. Gosh. So obviously the reason he's saying that is because he probably doesn't want the Democrats to win, because then he could just sit back and relax and the Republicans would block everything and it would be all good and all of that. But anyways, I understand people have different responses when you talk about Joe Manchin, because they'll say, well, you know that it would be a Republican if it wasn't Joe Manchin in West Virginia because it's so conservative. True. And I am happy 7 days a week that it is Joe Manchin and not some other Republican, because at least he votes with the Democrats on some stuff, and some stuff is better than no stuff. And to the people who responded when I say that and say, no, he's just the same, and a Republican would be just as, would be the same as him, you're just wrong. You don't understand that Democrats do vote on a lot of things, and he does allow some things to get passed that wouldn't otherwise if it was just Republicans. So shut up on that. He is better than a Republican. I'm so spicy today. I apologize. He is better than a Republican, and I'm happy that it's him and representing West Virginia and not a Republican. But also, he could be less slimy, and that's what I want, and that's why I dislike him so much. And he could be less corrupt. He could be more morally sound and virtuous, and that's what makes me so angry about him, and he stands in the way of so much progress. So anyways, Joe Manchin, you're so irritating, and that's a great example of it.